The GS family has grown and gained another member with a classic look, the R12 GS. I'm Amanda Pagliari and I'm here at the Panamericano circuit, invited by BMW to test their newest release on the asphalt and, most importantly, on dirt. Stay tuned. This amazing video is coming up. Hit like and subscribe so you don't miss future videos. Inspired by the world's first adventure bike, which was also created by BMW, I'm talking about the R80 GS, the R12 GS brings a very retro look. Here we have a high fender, not a low fender, a big round headlight with this shield and even the colors. This motorcycle carries that heritage, not just off-road, but mainly with a much more classic look, which BMW calls heritage, the Heritage. So this color combination is really beautiful. I'll talk about the versions available here in Brazil in a moment. But we really have a motorcycle here with a more classic look, a metal tank, and a more retro vibe. It already comes with a skid plate as standard, by the way. The clearance from the motorcycle to the ground is quite generous, 24 centimeters, and because of that there was no way around it. It ended up affecting the height. Don't be fooled, it's not a 1300 GS, right? But it is tall. Yes, I'll get on so you can see. Look, I'm 177 centimeters tall, and the seat to the ground here is 86 centimeters. It's not that narrow, right, the motorcycle, especially because it has the boxer engine cylinders here. So you have to keep your legs a little bit apart. But I, at 177 centimeters tall, can put my feet on the ground about 90%, right? But then there's the technique, of shifting your hips like this. Regarding the weight, we have 234 kilos already, considering all the fluids. And the fuel tank, which has a capacity of 15.5 liters of gasoline, makes it a heavy motorcycle. Guys, I'm not going to lie to you. Once you're riding, I'll tell you how it is. The handling is something else, right? That also ended up affecting the height of the motorcycle. It's the wheel rim, so we have 21-inch rims on the front, spoked wheels, tubeless, really cool, and 17 inches here on the rear. And the tires aren't really for off-road anymore. They're more suited for asphalt, right? But I believe BMW should approve tires for off-road use as well. The heart that powers the R12 is the boxer engine, already well known from BMW, with air cooling. The one from the first GS, the 1200, is an engine with 1,170 cc that produces 109 horsepower. And then, about 12 kilogram-meters of torque, a really robust and exciting engine. It has 6 gears and final drive by shaft. The drive shaft is really loved, right, by people who like to travel long distances. You don't have to keep maintaining the chain, especially on dirt roads, right? So for sure, the drive shaft helps a lot. About the suspensions. In the front, we have an inverted telescopic fork with 210 millimeters of travel. And in the rear, we have the paralever system with 200 millimeters of travel. It's important to mention that both the front and the rear can be adjusted however you like. But for the front, you need a tool, and for the rear, you just turn the dial. The key uses a proximity sensor. In terms of technology, we have ABS Pro braking, hill start and incline assist, which is HSC, and Pro Gear Shift Assist, which is the quick shifter. We also have tire pressure monitoring, dynamic traction control, DTC, and cruise control. We also have dynamic brake control, DBC, and dynamic engine brake control. We also have heated grips and a steering damper. The dashboard is minimalist, retro, so here we have an analog speedometer, several indicator lights. It really reminds you of old dashboards. And here we have an onboard computer. It's a simple dashboard. BMW made this choice. However, it already comes with a cell phone holder here so you can connect. So the bike has connectivity. With your cell phone, you can access the motorcycle's information, have various onboard computer details and everything else on your phone. That's really cool. And here on this little screen, we have the information here. In this case, total kilometers odometer. We change it here on the panel. Then we have trip 1, trip 2. We also have fuel consumption. We also have the speed we're going, service information, battery voltage. Here the tire pressure is shown and the RPM. So the RPM will only be shown as a number here. There isn't that little gauge that a lot of people like. Engine temperature clock. And here you can set up your dashboard with riding modes. Road, here Enduro and Rain, and then in Enduro mode. Then you press here and you can turn off the traction control. When it stops blinking, it means it has been deactivated, but then when you restart the motorcycle, it goes back to working for safety. It has full LED lighting, and also here, look, a USB-C port, a little cover here so you can recharge your phone. Well, a quick explanation of the technical specs here. Now let's get to the best part, riding here on the track and also hitting the dirt road. Let's play some music. Man, to lean into a curve with this bike, it's really good. Really good, seriously. What a nice bike to ride. You can see here, look how agile it is, look. Man, it's really nice. We know that adventure bikes, the real ones, are more targeted for theft, but what I think, honestly, is that people will steal everything, unfortunately. However, nevertheless, I think that, in my opinion, this more retro style here is less targeted than the adventure bikes, you know, more custom styles. Here, thieves don't really like it much, but go ahead and write your opinion. Do you think the ALE crowd don't like it? Write it down in the comments. Of course, the faster you go, the more wind will hit you, right? Because it doesn't have the windshield like the 1300, right? That's not its style. On the asphalt here, it's approved. Regarding the handling, the tires also help give more grip on road. I'm going to ride it on dirt now and tell you how it does. And I'll also finish the video with the price of this motorcycle. But if you're enjoying the video, leave a like and share it with your friends who like off-road motorcycles, right? For BMW dirt bikes, and also for those who like more classic motorcycles. Bye. Bye. It's really fun here. The terrain is great and the R12 GS does really well. Wow, can I say something? I think I feel safer than with mine. I don't know if it's because of the weight, the stability, I don't know, but it's really stable here on the dirt. Whoa, hold on to the bumps. The bumps. The rear, right? Oh, damn. Fuck. Oh my God, is that it? Oh my God, my camera is falling here. My lower back hurts a little because I'm tall. I would have to raise the handlebars here. Wow, the motorcycle is doing really well. I'm surprised. It has power, it has the strength to handle the climb. Gravel, wow, that's awesome. Definitely, it's an option for those who like off-road and also this more classic style. Awesome. This bike, I was really surprised by how much this bike helped me on dirt. The front slipped, the rear slipped. But I don't know if it's because it's lower, it doesn't have that really high front here, but honestly, that gave me a lot of confidence. Yeah, don't be fooled. It's still a tall bike, so if you have short legs, you know, you're going to struggle a bit. But can I just say, how cool, what confidence, really great confidence. Yes, it does have the GS DNA from BMW, so it's going to be that kind of bike that if you don't want to use it off-road, that's fine, it's still stylish. Put on your leather jacket, put on your retro helmet, and you'll be cruising down the streets and highways. Oh no, I'm going with my friends to tackle a little off-road, right? Or I'm going to Canastra or traveling and I have a stretch of dirt road. Man, put on your gear because this bike can handle it. It didn't bottom out. The bike is robust, of course. It's a GS with a boxer engine and all that weight, but still it feels very light, very much so. Canastra to Canastra, Canastra, or I'm going to Canastra, Canastra, or I'm going to Canastra, or I'm going to Canastra, or I'm going Canastra, Canastra to ride. I swear to you guys, I thought it was awesome. For those who like a retro style here, the bike will help. And besides, look at this. Look at its handling. Very agile, of course, when riding right to maneuver. There's that weight we already know, but that's it. I was amazed by the new R12 GS. And for those who like a more retro style and also off-road, you'll be amazed. Guys, what an amazing bike. I think you could see how excited I was riding it on the asphalt. It did really well, honestly. The handling doesn't even feel like it weighs as much as it does, but in my opinion, it was on the dirt where it really stood out. It's a shame, right, that it didn't come with more off-road tires, especially so we could really feel its traction here on the dirt. The tires make all the difference. And it did well, okay? With what we went through, you saw I didn't fall. I went over all kinds of terrain, ditches, jumps, sand, and it handled really well. It made me feel very safe. I was really surprised. I didn't expect it to be so nice to ride and also so safe. So, guys, what can I say about it? This was just a first impressions test. There will be a full review with the pros and cons. Motoplay standard, as you already know, so go ahead and subscribe to the channel so you'll be the first to know when that video comes out. For now, we don't have the Enduro version that's available abroad, right, with the 18-inch rear wheel. And there are also other configurations like the suspension, you know, the Enduro package. But we have two versions available here at the moment. So we have the entry-level version, which is this white one here, really beautiful, with a suggested price starting at 105,900 reais. And we also have the version limited to only 60 units, which is the 719 option, which brings the same mechanical configuration as the white one, but with the option accessories in Brazil. So, what did you think? Which one is your favorite, the entry-level white one or the 719 option? Write it down here below. And then there's the controversial question, right? Because a lot of people are going to say, oh, the GS costs 107,900 reais. This version here starts at 105. So should I go with the GS or the R12 GS? Well, I think they have different purposes, both with the GS DNA, right, from BMW. However, I think that for those who are going to travel to cover long distances, then, I would go with the GS, you know, the 1300, because I can carry more luggage. It's much sturdier, especially with a passenger. Now here, I think it's for you to have fun, go for a ride and just go, mainly because of the style. So for those who like the style, it's a personal preference whether you prefer the adventure bike or the classic retro style. One thing I also noticed is the issue of theft. I know that, of course, even a bicycle, you leave a big broom at your door. People are taking it. Unfortunately, there's nothing you can do. But in my opinion, as I said, I think this more classic look, I think it helps avoid or at least doesn't attract as much attention from thieves. So it could end up being an option for those who want a 1300 GS and think that maybe this one is less targeted. And then write your opinion down below. Up here, I left a really cool video for you, and here I left a playlist with the channel's videos for you to binge watch. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Become a member to get exclusive benefits. The link is here in the description. And of course, guys, don't forget to like the video, share it, because I'm sure your friends will enjoy it. So that's it. See you next time. Sending a kiss.